soon screen is appropriate. Yeah, start soon. Okay. Oh, please,
Oh, I'm good.
please tell me if I'm garbled at any point in the stream, like immediately. Don't be like, "Oh,
I will.
you've been a little garbled for the past few minutes, but it's okay."
Michaela, you're kind of garbled.
No fucking way.
So what should this lovely stream be about?
Just, I guess just playing for a while, just getting back into it, because I just haven't streamed in forever. And I think I'm gonna edit it tomorrow and then set it to post like halfway through next week on YouTube. Anyways, I'm on the world.
Oh gosh, I'm tired. Yeah. I really need to post on Instagram because I literally only posted the one day I was in London and the one day in Scotland. I haven't posted for any of the other days, and I really need to, but like exhausted.
That's so fair. But you should post.
Like I know I spent like 3 hours today going through pictures and sorting them and emailing to myself to make a slideshow for the fam.
Mhm.
So that killed me. I didn't even really post on Instagram that much.
Mhm.
Unless I was tagged in a post, because then I could just like repost it and it was super simple.
Mhm.
Yeah. For context, Michaela's wonderful viewers. Um, I was in Jolly Old England for 2 weeks, and I just got back yesterday. And so I'm exhausted.
You should tell a couple stories about the about the chat.
You tell a couple stories about the trip. Is
Um,
that what you said?
yeah.
Okay, so funny one. Haha. Kind of funny. So this was basically like a C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien based tour for like a history credit at my school. Um, C.S. Lewis wrote the Narnia books and Tolkien did Lord of the Rings for you ignorant peasants out there. Um, and so one thing that was really funny is so the second to last, like the day before we left on Tuesday, so we flew home on Wednesday, and then I drove home the rest of the way home on Thursday, but we flew on Tuesday. We were staying in Bournemouth, which is on the coast, and it is also near this castle. I don't remember what it's called, but basically it was used to film part of Lord of the Rings, this one section of Lord of the Rings. And so a group of my classmates were like, with the professors were like, hey, we're gonna get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and go hike up to see this castle. And I was like, have fun because I'm not getting up at 5 o'clock for a hike because I don't like hiking. And we did a ton of hiking on this trip and I was kind of done by this point. So they're like, okay, cool. And my friends went and everything and they loved it. I wake up the next morning to like a slew of texts on WhatsApp of, hey, by the way, one of the girls fell and hurt her leg, and so she
Yeah.
and I was just like, okay, excuse moi, like what is going on? And so when I go down to breakfast, my friends there who went on this little excursion, and I'm like, okay, what the heck happened to this girl? And they're like, okay, let me give you the details. And so apparently they couldn't even go to the castle because it was closed.
Mhm.
So they hiked up a hill opposite the castle. So the pictures are gorgeous. Um, and so as they're coming back down, they take a steep path because it's faster. And um, so like this girl, she was pretty much like where she was walking, she was like sandwiched between my two friends. So, like one of my friends was like, "Hey, careful! Like it's a little slick," and then the girl behind her kind of slipped, and then she slipped in such a way that she fell and she broke her tibia. like broke her whole ass shin bone. And
That's
so and then because they took the steep path, she then had to be carried down the rest of the hill
mhm.
um on like someone's back. So first she was on the professor's back, but he's old-ish and weak, and so they he had to like switch her to one someone else's back, and so that invoked a lot of screaming. And then they had to like lift her over this fence at the bottom of the hill, and that invoked screaming. And so then I get on WhatsApp, and there's like all these like memes because our group made so many memes, but this girl started it. And then we're on the bus talking about it, and it's really funny because me and a couple other people who are like in healthcare are like, man, this really sucks. But like, I want to see the X-rays. I want to know the details, like what happened.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is just like memeing at it for dear life. So they gave this girl Tylenol for a broken shin, broken leg, and put her in a below, like just like a boot, like an ankle
Mhm.
boot, and then like some crutches, and we're like, have live your life. So that was like, and that's literally like the second to last day on the trip. Like we left Wednesday. This happened Tuesday of this week.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then as we're sitting at, so it worked out good for this girl specifically because she was going to stay an extra week to stay with family. And so she was able to just like go straight to her family's house and not have to like be carted around and doing all sorts of stuff.
Mhm.
Um and not travel extensively.
Mhm.
And it was so funny. We were sitting in the airport waiting for our flight, and one of the guys that like was like, "That was really nice. Actually, it worked out really well if this happened because now we can see how well our travel insurance works." And we're all looking at him like, "Yeah, only you would say that."
Literally.
But there were so many memes, and it was hilarious. So like, it kind of sucked, but it all was fun in the end.
That's good. That she, was okay.
Yeah, and we like the memeing didn't start until when she started the memeing, and the memeing didn't start until we knew she was okay.
That's good.
So we're not horrible people.
Yay.
Okay, let's see. Sorry. I do have like a couple other stories, but like I probably will wait till they're not on a stream because they're more like a rant of irritation
Mhm.
at one specific person. But I do have another rant-ish. So we are in Bournemouth. Um, and we decide that we want to go and get gelato. And so it's like a decent group of it. It's like yeah, it's like 9 people. So we go to get gelato, and we invited this one girl who was rooming with my friend, and this whole trip she's kind of been like not wanting to participate, doing her own thing, and like really bitchy. And like
Mhm.
it was progressively getting worse, but we're like, we'll be nice and we'll invite her. And so we go, we get gelato, it's fine. She makes conversations all about her, tries to give one of the guys like a whole music lesson. We're sitting there trying to get her freaking ice cream. We're like, okay, whatever, like it's not a big of a deal. And then we're walking back, and this one girl is navigating, and another girl is navigating, and it's dark at this point. And so we're going, and my friend is like, "Hey, like she's going the other way," and we're like, "What's going on?" And so she's like, "Oh, I know a shortcut," and we're like, "Okay, this is kind of weird." So we look down the road, and we just see her walking, and then we see 2 guys walking behind her, and so we're like a little concerned, and we're like following her, and then all of a sudden we don't see her anymore, but we still see the 2 guys.
Yeah.
And so at this point we're kind of panicking because it's dark, and they were doing construction along that road, so there's like walls up, and we're really concerned because we don't see her and we just see these guys. And like we're like, there's no way she would walk so fast that we would not catch up with her and we wouldn't be able to see her.
Mhm. That's
And
terrifying.
we're like, I know, we're like getting up to the hotel and we're concerned. And like, I tell my friend who is rooming with her, I was like, hey, go to, like, you should go to the room. Like, text us immediately if she's there or not. And if she's not there, we'll go tell Dr. Pierce. And so this is we're saying this as we're walking to the hotel. We walk into the hotel and this motherfucking bitch is sitting in the lobby like just like chilling, all calm and relaxed. And we're like, okay, where have you been? And she's like, I told you I was gonna take a shortcut. Why didn't like you were supposed to follow me? And I was like, you didn't tell us you were taking a shortcut. And when we did follow you, she was like, no, you just went straight and I took a shortcut through an alley.
Oh my gosh, that was
Like,
so
I
dumb
don't
of
see what the
her.
big deal is. And so I'm on my way to my room because I'm like, I talk to her, I'm gonna like end up saying something that I won't regret, but I could get in trouble for.
Mhm.
Um, but one of the girls on the trip is like, hey, well, like, I mean, it would be like maybe in future we should stay in a group. Like it's dark out. We were really worried about you, and she's just acting like it's not that big of a deal. Like we're all like fucking idiots for being this concerned about her.
Mhm.
When we went out on a limb and we were genuinely concerned about her. And she's the one person on this trip who didn't have any service. So like half the time no one knew where she was because she didn't have service.
Yeah,
And
then
she
she
never
needs to be
told people
staying with
when she was
people.
and she the whole trip she would never tell someone where she was going and she would never go in a group. She'd just like go off and do her own thing and not tell anyone.
That's so dumb.
But I literally went to her and I called one of my friends and I was literally ranting to her like this bitch. Like I'm so sick of her. It's ridiculous. I don't fucking care at this point. You know, she should have got herself kidnapped.
Oh my gosh.
Would have taught her a fucking lesson. But it was not, man. Literally, why is it that all the drama is happening like the last 2 days of the trip?
That's always when it happens.
But yeah, so yeah, it was overall it was good. We're in London for a day, so like we flew in on like 2 weeks ago, and then we just push it, go go go. And then that Saturday we had a free day, so a group of friends and I went to Edinburgh for the day, and that was a blast. I got really sick-ish, like kind of
Oh.
really sick when we first got to Edinburgh because I was riding backwards on the train for like 4 hours, um,
Mhm.
which was not it. And I didn't have lunch, dinner. I had had lunch at like 3 o'clock, and I didn't have dinner. And I thought there was gonna be like actual food on the train, but there wasn't. There was just like a trolley because there's actually someone who comes by with says anything from the trolley, dearies.
And it's just desserts and candies and snacks.
It's really yeah. It's like potato chips and like random desserts and like drinks. So like
Yeah.
an airplane thing.
Mhm.
But I did not eat from like 3 p.m. the that day to 11 o'clock in the morning the following day,
Jeez.
and I was so nauseous. Like I almost threw up. I started to throw up like 3 times on the train. Like I threw up in my mouth, had to swallow that sucker down.
That's awful.
Yeah, it really sucked. And then by the time we get to where we have food, I'm so nauseous that I can't eat, and I'm like miserable.
Yeah.
And our Airbnb check-in is too late. But like it worked out, and we had a blast in Edinburgh, and it was so much fun. So gorgeous. We went to the castle. It was amazing. Um, I will elaborate more at some point with Caleb, but like the brain is dying. The brain is tired.
That's okay.
And yeah. So we were there for a day and then oh, did I tell you what happened on Sunday? Did I tell you about the 9:30 train group?
Probably not.
Okay. So we're heading back to London Sunday morning. So some of the group stayed in London to have their free day in London. And then like about half the group went to Edinburgh for Saturday.
Mhm.
So some of the group, or the majority of them, who is killing me? Oh my god. Oh, whoops.
Oh. Oh dear.
Um, so some of the group, we were supposed to just get like train tickets on our own, like no big deal. But a bunch of them got train tickets for 9 o'clock to leave from Waverley Station to go to King's Cross Station, Waverley Station, Edinburgh to King's Cross Station in London. And then I guess when my friends and I went to go get our tickets, the train for 9 o'clock was sold out, so we got one for 9:30. We get on the train and then we see all the stuff of like the train is only going to York because there's a broken rail in between York and London. And we're like all freaking like annoyed and we are a little panicky, but we found out that like there was this couple that was on the trip with us that are like experienced travelers and real adults and not college kids. They're like doctors and everything,
Mhm.
medical doctors. And so we stick with them. This turns into like an 8 hour ordeal.
Oh
So
dear.
the original plan was we all take the train from Waverly to King's Cross, meet up with the London group at the hotel, and then we take a coach to the Cotswolds in Herefordshire,
Mhm.
Herefordshire, whatever, where we were staying for a couple days. And that was the plan. So we are like practically hopping trains, but they were like, it's okay because when it gets really bad like this, they don't check tickets. And then we get and like it's rough. Like we stood for like an hour and a half on one train because there were no seats. I sat on my friend's lap because there was no like the train was packed because we were trying to get there was one train from York to London and everyone and their grandma was trying to get this train. Like the platform was lined.
Oh dear.
And then the motherfuckers on the train were not letting anyone else on. Like they were blocking the doors.
Oh my gosh.
Um, and so we're not able to get on. Everyone is super pissed. And then we hear that there's one going backwards in the other direction to Leeds, which is a really pretty city. Um, and so we're going like backwards from York to Leeds, and then we're trying to take this other train to this place. And at this point, we're like, we're just gonna take the train to Herefordshire, um, and then we'll meet up with them there. So that's what we ended up doing. We ended up having to like run and buy tickets last minute, and then we're on a train for like 4 hours
Mhm.
from like there to there. Oh, from Manchester to like the English countryside, and it was oh man, it was such a mess. So we get there, we get to the train station, and we take a taxi to the little inn where we're having dinner, and then we find out that like the rest of the group is like nowhere near. So their train was horrifically delayed
Oh
because of all
no.
the stuff. So we ended up getting there first, and it was
Oh.
like a whole thing. I will just say the memes that came out of this ordeal. Like the 9:30 train group is like a separate group chat on WhatsApp,
Mhm.
and it was glorious.
At least your group had funny people in it.
It did. It had a couple that like two people that like there's some issues with, and I will discuss that later.
Mhm.
Um, so we get there, we finish our food, and we find out that we're staying in a motherfucking manor house.
Mhm.
Like it is gorgeous. It's a 16th century manor house. Like it has a great hall. It has a drawing room. And we stayed there for 2 days. And like you get feeling fancy when you're staying in a 16th century manor house.
As you should.
Um, yeah. And then we go to this one place. It's called Templeton Hall. It's like another mansion, and they have this thing called the Sheep Gate, and it's literally just like a trail that goes through a field, like a sheep field.
Mhm.
And we're walking through it at sunset, and it was so gorgeous. And then we went from there to Oxford. We were at Oxford for like 3 days, and we got like Oxford
Ooh.
library cards,
Ooh.
all
Okay.
that stuff.
Okay.
It was fancy. So like some of the library places at Oxford, I almost said Hogwarts. Some of the places at Oxford, like you can't go in, but I can go in because I have a card.
Oh, it's like a for life
Um,
card.
it is expired currently, but like you can renew it at any time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Um, I almost said
Very
Hogwarts because
nice.
there's like yeah, there's a lot of places where they filmed Harry Potter and in Oxford. Um, and so that was just a blast. And then we were in Oxford for a few days. And then we went to Cornwall, which is on the coast.
Mhm.
Um, and we stayed in like a summer camp looking surf club. Few
Oh.
days. I went surfing, so that was I did
I
not stand up because
saw.
the beach was completely rock. So like you get up and like it's hurting your feet,
Oh.
and then like the waves are smashing you around, and it was not fun. Like it was painful. We couldn't even. I didn't really stand up either. I didn't even kneel because
No,
like the waves
because
are so small.
who stands up? No, who like surfs enjoyably in the UK, like with all those rocks and waves and stuff?
So it was just so we were told that it's not usually that bad with the rocks. Because we also went to a different beach when we were in Bournemouth. It was like a normal sandy beach,
Mhm.
and that was fun. And that had like really good waves. Like we went out in the water, and the water is frigid, but
Yeah.
once your body goes numb, you don't feel it.
Oh, okay.
So Well, when we went surfing, we had wetsuits on, and
Yeah, that
wetsuits are
makes
such a
sense.
pain to get on. But when we were in Bournemouth, we were just in there in our swimsuits.
Mhm.
And we were really cold, but it was so worth it. So we were in Cornwall for a few days. We went to like this really beautiful castle ruins
Mhm.
that was like where King Arthur was supposedly conceived,
Right.
in the legends.
Of
Um,
course.
Lots of really steep, like narrow, uneven stone steps.
Mhm.
It was kind of scary. My calves are rock solid.
Slay.
Um, like it was great. We went to St. Michael's Mount, which like is this beautiful castle out on an island
Mhm.
where they filmed part of House of the Dragon, so that was really cool.
Ooh.
Really gorgeous. Oh, we were in Oxford.
Mhm.
We went 3 mile walk from our hotel to this place called Trout Inn, which is like this cute little inn on the river. Gorgeous. And then we walked back 3 miles, and on the way back, there's this the ruins of this place called Godstow Abbey,
Mhm.
which apparently is haunted. So back like a long time ago, Henry II, who was the father of Prince John and King Richard from Robin Hood, had an affair on his wife with this woman. I think her name was was Rosalind, and he would go to the Trout Inn with her, and that's where they would rendezvous to have their little affair. And so when she died, because she was like a nun and all that stuff too, she was buried in the chapel in front of like the high altar. And this new guy came. This new guy came and was like, "Why is there this harlot buried in a place of worship?" And he moves her body outside the church.
Mhm.
And so apparently she now haunts the walk between Godstow Abbey and Trout Inn. And it's
Ooh.
kind of
Okay.
cool. Yeah, we did not see her. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, so it was. I think that's all that really happened. I mean, oh, one of my friends almost got left behind in the subway, but they figured that out.
oh.
It was a blast. I loved it.
I'm glad you had fun. Hmm.
Me too. I'm really sorry I'm not like fully playing. I don't know why I'm so
That's
tired.
fine. I'm literally fishing and then walking around aimlessly.
Yeah, I walked on aimlessly for a while.
So I'm not very. Oh, this sucks. I was just so busy
But
earlier.
yeah,
Maybe I was also trying to figure out how I can connect my iPad to my computer feed so I can stream myself drawing later. I was gonna do that earlier, but I had stuff to do. And my dad wanted to go to a car show, so I went with him. But yeah. Are you still there?
yeah. Sorry, I dozed off.
Oh my gosh. If you're that tired, literally go to bed. I can just end the
I
stream
might.
early as well. I
I'm
probably
sorry.
won't.
I was thinking about something and then I dozed off.
That's fine. You're tired. You're jet lagged and crap.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's communion tomorrow.
Oh boy. Have fun.
Yeah, it will be a blast.
I have work tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's not in the
Mm,
morning, it's in the evening. But
yeah,
it's whatever.
yeah. I'm gonna like. Yeah, I'm not even gonna start an alarm. My parents can wake me up. Um. So yeah. And well, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
But yeah, this was a blast. Audio stream lovers.
The like one viewer that's not saying anything.
I know it's okay, friend. We love you.
We love you anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Imagine it
Bye.
goes down to zero the minute we say that.
Yeah, we're following you. All right.
Totally.
Adios.
Alright, see ya.
Yeah.
Discord notification did not go off yet, so I'm wondering if she's still there. No, it's just me. Okay, I guess I'll say a couple things. I don't know whether or not Arden's gonna actually join. So I'll just fish and talk while I'm fishing. Um, been a little busy, was moving back from college, from the dorms, and then I went to meet up with Arden for a week, and then came back and had to start work. Well, I started work while I was there technically, because I have a remote job where I take calls. But anyways, um, and just been figuring out finances and stuff for next semester for college. I did get Tears of the Kingdom, and if I figure out how to set it up, I will be streaming it. That is for sure. I will be streaming it if I can. Um, I'll probably do a little test Breath of the Wild stream to just as a test stream or whatever to see if it works well. Cause I've already played Breath of the Wild a ton. I have like almost 500 hours ish, roughly. Probably way less than that. I'm probably being dramatic. It's probably like 200. But it is, at the very least, almost 200. Um, I'm so sorry if the audio is garbled. I don't even, whatever. Um, but big plan is to stream Tears of the Kingdom. I have been putting off touching the game even though I'm trying my very best to avoid spoilers, and I already got the biggest spoiler. I'm not gonna say it, but I got like the biggest spoiler you could get for the game, and I was a little upset that I got it. I was like, oh no, that sucks. But anyways, obviously I mentally reacted a little bit more than, oh no, that sucks, but, oh fuck. No, I watched Generation Lost. I was so excited for it. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's a another streamer's horror project. And it was really cool, and I liked it a lot. But I couldn't watch it live, because I was visiting. I was visiting someone, and preoccupied. So I couldn't catch it live, but I did watch it. I watched the VODs for it later, and it was really funny, and also just really good. The parts that weren't funny were very entertaining as well. A little spooky. I'm a little bit obsessed with it, and very not normal about it. I'm like trying really hard to get anybody to watch it. What was that? Oh, it's a saddle. Cool. Any of my friends at all. But like in a way that's like not too annoying, because I don't want to like annoy them with it so much that they just refuse to watch it, because they're like, oh, I hate it already because you're just annoying me with it so much, you know. So I'm like using like subliminal messaging, like, oh my gosh, haha. I don't even know. It varies from person to person. I think Arden's getting the worst of it. I'm just like, hey, you should watch this. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to rant to somebody about it, but I also refuse to spoil it for you. So I've just been saying I want to rant about it and like sending a lot of TikToks of funny moments or whatever. It had a lot of funny people in it, and a lot of funny references, and good references. Anyways, I've been sketching like a couple things related to it. I don't even know if you can call it fan art, because it's not really anything intense, just like random sketches of it, doodles. What is that? I was gonna stream earlier, but I already said this. I had stuff to do. And now I'm not gonna be able to stream for like another week or so. Not that anyone's watching. Well, the one viewer, whatever. Um, hi. But I'm gonna put the VOD to, I'm gonna set it to post on YouTube maybe halfway through the week that I'm gone. And so by the time anyone else is watching this, if anyone else is watching this, it's gonna be out like I'll be back in a few days probably. I'm gonna go visit family or whatever. I don't know if I said that or not. I'm too tired to even think about what I'm saying. I like delirious. At least I'm talking a little bit more. Even if it sounds a little bit flat. I'll get better at it. I'll learn to talk more enthusiastically and entertainingly. Oh, I was talking. Crap. I was talking about this with Bethany a tiny bit a couple minutes ago. But I was thinking about trying to set up my drawing pad to the computer and having like a little drawing stream, because I have a lot of thoughts while I'm drawing, so I feel like if I feel like I'm talking to someone, also when I'm doing things like that and someone is in the room with me, see, okay, I'm just gonna explain this from the beginning. I don't talk to myself very often if I'm alone. Maybe a little bit. Sometimes I will a tiny bit, but it won't be like crazy. But like if somebody is in the room with me that I'm not talking, this isn't just like, oh, if someone's in the room with me, I'll talk to them. It's like if someone's in the room with me and we are not talking to each other, but it's somebody that I know, like my friend, my roommate had to deal with this so much, but um like if someone's in the room and we are both doing our own thing, I will talk out loud. I will I will talk to myself out loud. Like I'm explaining what I'm doing to the person, but not really the person. Like it'll be like myself. So I feel like if I pretend I feel like if I pretend that's what's happening, when I stream, I will be a lot better at it. What? Oh dear. Anyways, um, but yeah. So that'll be something I can do. No. See, I was gonna go to that rainforest over there, jungle biome, whatever, but I cannot leave this vicinity without Bethany or Arden being here because of these two, and also the rest of these technically, but those two mainly. Because if any of those despawn, I'm gonna have someone a little bit angry. Rightfully so. They are emotionally attached to the llamas, and I am also beginning to get. I mean, it's been forever since I was last on here, and even remember how those came to be in our possession, but. Yeah. Okay. Okay, okay. Just kinda be present, please. Okay, you know what? It's been 51 minutes. It's almost been an hour. That's long enough, me feels, 'cause no one's gonna sit around and watch whatever this was. But whatever. It's practice. It's content. It's whatever. It was fun for me, mostly. Right now I'm just tired, but okay. I guess I'll end the stream. Yeah. Okay. I don't even know how to end things like this. I'm way too tired. Whatever. Whatever. Ending. Whatever.